Fisherman's priest. The fishermen are good, simple people. They are for him and he for them. He blesses their boats and themselves, and they believe this helps them to go down into the big sea in the little boats and return. Now comes extortion against the fishermen. Proof. $5 each man each week. That's $5,000 a week. $250,000 a year. Dead fisherman here, dead fisherman there. And it almost works. Almost. Then the good priest says no. He steps up before his flock and says no. And it stops. The beatings and killings don't stop, but they won't pay. There have been 3 attempts against the life of that priest in the last month. You noticed I have most of my men outside on the street and 2 inside the church 24 hours a day to make sure a bomb isn't planted. What kind of men will try to murder a priest? These men are guarding the rectory. The priest's inside. The problem is twofold. I can't keep an army of policemen around this place forever, and that stubborn priest won't let me keep any of my men on the premises itself. He says, no police. No police. I'm hoping he finds you more acceptable. Those 2 men down there, this is another priest-owned fisherman. Right at Joe Slavic. Used to be a wrestler. One of the best. Champion. Hello, Father. Good afternoon. Father, this is the man I told you about. If anyone can save your life, he will. He's a professional, a specialist at it. Well, I want to thank you for coming.
But after thinking it over, I've decided that I want only my fishermen about.
Oh, Father,
Mac.
You're the stubbornest man I ever had to deal with.
Father, that patch. Acid. Mac, your people outside, mine inside. Nobody can possibly break in here.
Oh?
The 1XL67, you clear?
suggest, Father, again for Captain McAllister, that the precautions you have taken are not adequate to prevent a determined man from killing you.
I will further consider your recommendation.
I hope you give me another fall another time, Mr.
Cat. Hewitt Edward Cat.
T.H.E. Cat, presented by Winston, now America's largest selling cigarette. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
10, 20, 30. Over 40 cigarettes today have a filter, but only one has the good taste of filter blend tobaccos, and that one is America's best-selling cigarette. That one is Winston. Go ahead, change to Winston. You'll change for good taste every time.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Seus 12 balanços caminhando na rua. Moça do corpo dourado do sol de Ipanema, o seu balançado é mais que um poema, é a coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar. Oh, but he watched her so sadly. How can he tell that he loves her? Yes, he will give his heart gladly.
She likes
But it's day when she walks the
That's an interesting conclusion.
women.
No, not women. Very special woman.
Be careful, will you? I've grown used to your face.
The priest has decided to let you help him. He's been convinced.
Because of my demonstration?
By that, and by this.
Father Langland, you are sentenced to death. The execution will take place by sunrise this date.
5:09. 3 hours and 39 minutes from now. They've sent a copy of this to every newspaper in the city. They mean to do it and let everyone know they've done it.
And you still don't know who it is?
William Smith. No record. Millionaire several times over. Real estate, businesses, investments. Rumors. Prostitution. Dope. Extortion. Murder. I can't even talk to the man. Not on the word of a stew. He was found burned to death 30 minutes after he talked to me. All I can give you is his telephone number and address.
Hall of Justice?
The old one. He bought it. To you, Edward, don't get yourself killed.
Frisk him. No. It's a rule of the house, sir. I'll have to insist. No.
George, show Mr. Cat in, please.
I'm Mr. Smith. Sit down, sir. Please, sit down. Now, your business, sir.
To keep Father Francis Langdon alive.
Oh, yes, that, Mr. Cat, the bodyguard. They say you've saved the lives of 1,000 men. Is that true, sir?
An exaggeration.
But Father Langdon, I don't believe. But of course, the good father who has been sentenced to death by extortioners, are they not?
Yes.
Stubborn man, the good father. Brave, but stubborn. He has my deepest personal admiration, mind you. I admire men of strong will. But one must also know how to bend if one is to survive. I cannot but wonder if the priest would not have been wise to render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, as it were. But it's too late for that now, isn't it? It's a shame. One would have thought that after 3 attempts on his life, he would have become more reasonable. The first 2 attempts were, of course, meant only to frighten him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, yes. You see, I have the, I'm afraid, too sedately civilized person's normal interest in lurid newspaper accounts of violent crimes, and I've studied the matter. Indeed, although I cannot but hold these cruel and vicious extortioners in the harshest contempt, I am unable not to admire their business-like approach to the whole matter. Yes. Their decision to execute the priest, no ifs, no buts, no maybes, the public announcement of this, the statement as to exactly when this terrible crime would be perpetrated. Well, now some might think this a rash and stupid thing to do. But to my mind, it's an act of pure genius. It will serve to demonstrate, as perhaps no other single act could, that no one, no living person, no matter what his position, can stand against the extortioners and continue to live. Don't you think, sir? My apologies. I digress. And I've forgotten to ask the pertinent question. What do you want of me, sir?
My apologies. I thought you understood. I'm here to protect your interests.
My interests?
Yes. I feel that your life and the life of the good fathers are inextricably entwined. As though you were 2 sides of the same coin, Siamese twins, as it were. But with one heart, 1 set of kidneys, 1 set of lungs between you. Thus, if one dies, so must the other.
I don't like to be threatened. I don't like to be threatened at all. And especially by a fool, and on my own premises. If I snap my fingers like that again, how many of your 9 lives have you already lost, Mr. Cat? 8? Now, I would suggest that you apologize for your boorish lack of manners, sir.
I would suggest, sir, that if you snap your fingers like that, you'll never hear the sound of the shot that kills me. Is that what they call the cat's claw, sir? It scratches.
Goodbye, sir.
Put those down. Would you be kind to